One of the most common excuses that I have ever come across when it comes to beginning to stockpile is, but I don't have the money to stockpile. Hmm, I disagree. Why? That's rather bold of you, Jan. Yeah, I guess it is. Let's talk about it, and I'll be back in a minute. Good morning, good morning. This is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. I truly love helping people keep some of their own hard earned money. Could that be you? I sure hope so. Hopefully, everybody's having a great end of this wild week that we just started our new year. Now, let's start our new year on the right foot. Let's get something straight. Many, many times I've heard stories directly from people that I know either well or not too well, and they'll say similarly to me the same thing. But how can I start a stockpile if I don't have the money to begin with? I think people many times overlook a lot of places where they could begin a stockpile. A person can literally begin the thought, the idea of a stockpile by going into their existing current active pantry, taking a can of something and removing it and putting it away and just calling it stockpile for the future. That's number one. Didn't cost you anything but a little bit of a walk to your cabinet. So right off the bat, that's I'm challenging the person. It's not true. Don't necessarily need a lot of money. But here's where people leak a lot of money. And where people are leaking money, that leaky wallet syndrome can be converted into the money that you need to begin an actual stockpile from shopping at the grocery store. Let me clear my throat. Excuse me. Air is so dry in here today for some reason or another. Anyway, probably from the heat. Anyway, making a long story short, here's where people forget themselves. Let's say that you are in the habit, or someone you know is in the habit of ordering food out often. I don't know why people forget that tipping costs money. I mean, to me, tipping is a thing you do out of the correctness because somebody provided you the service and you give the tip, those duly situated situations. But who said you have to do those situations? So to me, avoiding situations that cause me to need to be required to tip for a service is very important. That money, let's say a person spends $10, $15 a week on tips. Yeah. Some spend even more. That might be the same individual that might say, but I don't have enough money to start a stockpile right off the bat. Another challenging thing to say. If a person is kerplunking, kerplunking, is that really a word? I don't know. If a person is throwing away extra money on situations that are not necessary, like frivolous spending situations, that money could go towards beginning a stockpile. Yes, I agree. Yes, prices have changed. Yes, prices are up. That's a fact. I'm not disputing a fact. But are there ways in your own life where you don't realize that extra money can be going towards your stockpile? Because to begin the stockpile is to begin a savings, a tangible savings for your food budget, not to mention the convenience of it being there. Inclement weather happens. Days that you don't feel good happens. Sudden financial loss happens. This is real life, and these things do happen. So this is a very, very simple challenge, and this is not going to be a long stockpile Friday chat. Can you find a way in your weekly or daily life of which you are spending money needlessly, things that you are doing? You have to examine your habits. I don't know your habits. I know my habits. I don't know your habits. Okay. Can you find a way to not have to spend that extra frivolous money? Example, let's say $10 to $12 a week on snacks. That snack money can be going towards stockpiling money to spend on sensible things that you have to save money in the future. Instead of buying 10 small bags of chips every day for $2 at a convenience store, buy one big bag and divide it up yourself. I know you've heard these things before because many of us say these things. We say these things because they work. They work. It's not like we're just rattling them off because just to say something. These little steps work. Instead of, I know the coffee story, everybody's sick of the coffee story, but the coffee story works. Why do we say these things? Because it works. Get yourself a pretty cup or a mug that'll motivate you, that you're proud to walk. If you get a travel one, get something that you like to, walk around. I don't know about you, but I think a lot of people have this thing. I'll call it the latte effect. This is just something in my head that I'm thinking. Like, some people like to walk around and like show the world, prove something to the world. I drink a latte. Oh wow, cool, good for you. Okay, so what? I drink instant coffee for like about a quarter, as much as I want. I don't care. See, this is where here's where like my frugality muscles come in. I'm not concerned or anything of that nature having to impress someone else. I'm not interested in impressing someone else about my coffee drinking habits. I'm not. This is where a lot of people make a mistake and they turn to frivolous spending as if to impress someone else. You think that person really cares if you drink a latte or not? Sometimes some people behind your back are saying, my gosh, they could spend $7 a day on coffee, and they're shaking their head and they're laughing. Ever think of that one? I'm just saying. I'm speaking to the ones who say they don't have the money to stockpile. Fiddlesticks. Now, some people really, 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 really don't. So please go and get that extra help. You know what you need to do. I'm just saying, go to the services that can help you out. But for the ones that like just say it to say it, I really question the validity of that. Where else can we leak money? Well, I think sometimes people spend extra money even at the dollar store. Well, you're saying, but Jan, it's only the dollar store. How much trouble can I get into at the dollar store? Well, it's about $1.25. But if you go in there and you say you don't have money to do the necessary stuff like stockpiling, in my opinion, which is necessary, that's my opinion on that. And wasting it on like too many cute little things. Like we live in a world of too many things, too much stuff. Like, is this a stuff item that can wait? Or you really have to want to do something. That's the other thing. I mean, before I go, look, it all boils down to this. Do you really want to start a stockpile? Do you really want to reap the rewards of the others that have a stockpile and don't have to worry? They're increasing their pantry. They're increasing their accessibility. They're effectively creating their own little grocery store in a way at home. This is very convenient. Wouldn't you much rather go to your stockpile area, your little miniature grocery store once a week and just stock up for your active pantry? Just go in there and get the stuff you need without having to jump in a car. I mean, everybody's different. It all adds up in your own head to what's important to you. I can't tell you what's important to you. I can tell you what's important to me, and that has worked for me. Does it help me save money for the future? Yes. Yes, it does. Because why should I pay tomorrow's prices if I could pay for something better now that's on sale that my family uses? And those are the key components. Buy things that are on sale that your family uses. Okay. Very, very important. Anyway, I just wanted to say there are many ways that we could continue or begin our stockpiling, and we should throw away and dismiss the excuse. You could start as little as with $2 for your first stockpile item. Just begin. Just begin. Let's get started. It's a brand new year. We can do it. And I don't want to hear the small space excuse. Find a way. If people in city apartments could find a way to figure it out, people in houses could figure it out. Just saying, just saying. All right, there you go. Have an amazing, fantastic upcoming weekend and take good care.